All the tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morrus's unofficial tabletop RPG.
Hello, and welcome to Morrus's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I am Russ, aka Morrus, or Morrus, aka this week is
PJ Coffey from the Southampton Guild of Roleplayers and Homebrew and Hacking TTRPG Design. As ever, I am delighted to be here, and joining us also, fresh from the deepest bowels of the technical research department, having brought us all sorts of exciting graphic design and video editing, including for those of you who joined on time and were alarmed, baffled, dismayed by the lack of heavy metal guitar at the start of our podcast. It's the one, it's the only, it's
me, Jessica from EM Publishing. Yes, hello. We are what PJ is referring to is recording live on the internet. You can join us at 2 p.m. UK time, that's 9 a.m. Eastern time, on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. And if you watch, you'll see all the graphics have changed a little bit on the intro video. We've shortened it, and we have a very funky countdown later, which I made in just 10 minutes as well.
Of course, those people who are listening to the podcast have no idea what we're talking about because they don't hit here, or they never heard that heavy metal bit.
No, well, it's just 30 seconds, and there is the short intro song at the beginning of that. So the song is there. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. So
let us know if you need more time and prefer the longer one.
Later in the show, we are going to doing the big countdown of Ian World's annual most anticipated tabletop RPGs. The top 10. We're going to count them down live on the show. It's very, very, very exciting. I can't wait. So we'll do that later. But before we do all that, we do, of course, have the week's TTRPG news to work our way. And there is some this week, which is nice. Okay. A nice change. Yeah.
Makes a change.
We found some last week. We did find some.
Yeah, so
under a rock
last week.
Oh, good.
Yes. It was fine. I mean, it would have been better if
I was fine,
because I am, as everyone always says, the best one. But you know.
There you go, PJ. The reviews are in. It was fine. Put that on the back of my books.
Yeah. So
Jess Hancock, any award-nominated streamer, it was fine.
So someone, I was going to try and sell this to you, and I don't think this is going to work. But someone did suggest last week a name for the three of us.
Yeah.
We could be the three Rusketeers, but I felt that you might not go for that. I like it though.
I thank you, listener, for your suggestion.
Yeah. We won't be proceeding with it at this time, but we've taken your idea on board, moved it to the other side of the ship, and then shoved it off. Sploosh.
Yes, we wish you the best in your future endeavours.
That was actually Richard Kirk as well, our friend of the show, Richard Kirk, who suggested that.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah. But we are looking for a name for the podcast listeners, so if you have some names you'd like to be called, please do.
Anyway,
please
that was a name for us.
Let's get on with the news, shall we? Okay, so the first bit of news that we have is this is the official map of Faerûn, which you can find in the two recent Heroes of Faerûn, I believe this particular map is in, which was the recent one of the two recent Forgotten Realms hardcovers released by Wizards of the Coast. And this is a poster-sized map of the Forgotten Realms. What you can see here is just a portion of it. It's massive. It's enormous. Commissioned for that book, and you can now buy it from the original artist, which is Mike Schley, who does a lot of the official D&D cartography. You'd have seen Mike's work in tons and tons of books over the last 10, maybe 15, 20 years. Yeah. And I think it's really cool when companies allow the artists to sell prints of their own work. I always think that's good. I've bought like some Larry Elmore stuff and Clyde Caldwell stuff from earlier in TSR days, like old pieces of artwork that I really like, and I bought them directly from those artists, from their prints, and had them framed. And it's really nice that you can do that. So I think it's really cool that Wizards is allowing Mike, and has been doing for ages, because I've seen maps of his for
Yeah.
years and years. So you can get it in digital format. You can get it, and in digital format, it comes labeled or unlabeled, or you can get it in a poster-sized, great big poster-sized format, in which it's 48 up to 48 by 72 inches, which I'm not sure how big that is because I tend to think in centimeters, but
4 foot by 6 foot. So
wow, okay, that's big.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big map.
Yeah.
That's almost like A0 equivalent. Yeah, but
Wow, so
obviously
it's the size of a door, basically. Pretty
Oh,
much.
Yeah,
more
actually,
wider.
Yeah.
Well, it depends for your door, but yeah, like a equivalent in size to a door. Like it would, if someone showed me, I'd be, it's a bit of a small door, but I'd still treat it as a door. So yeah, like 4 foot is probably a bit small, but it's big, is what we're saying. That you could whack it on a door and not have a lot of space left over.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You
very
could
cool.
you could play a really good game with 40k on it.
Yeah.
On your door, yes.
I mean, you might need to take the door off the hinges first and have it horizontal. Like,
Oh no, I insist on you doing it vertically, just for the added challenge.
Fine.
Make it like
We
a
need
war
more
room.
magnets.
much
some sticks.
Velcro required.
Sticks to point at things
magnet.
at the door.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it'd be like one of those big World War II maps where they're pushing the things around with the sticks.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
those were
miniature
famously
wargaming
horizontal.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but this is how we're innovating, PJ. We're putting it vertically.
Right.
We've got to innovate in tabletop space.
So we push the models that are tied on with Velcro with sticks.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll work fine. Yes. I see no flaw in this plan.
It sounds great. We're going to change up the industry, moving it from tabletop to door top.
I mean, in these times of reduced space for people's living accommodations, that could be a winner. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
You heard it here first. You heard it here.
We won't talk any more about it because patent pending.
Trade secrets. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. All right. Okay. So good to know.
Right.
What else happened this week, Ross?
All right.
Moving us on.
We have got from those wizards at that coast a new Unearthed Arcana playtest.
Yes.
And this is the first one of 2026. And this one has 4 brand new subclasses. And these are mystic themed, which I think basically they mean arcane themed, but they use the word arcane an awful lot. So I think they're just trying, they've got the thesaurus out and they went with mystic this time.
First time in 50 years. They're like, we don't need a single thesaurus. Everything's got levels, right?
Yeah.
Deal.
It's already Unearthed Arcana. So saying arcane Unearthed Arcana is a bit,
Exactly. So what we've got is 4 subclasses. We have got the Warrior of the Mystic Arts Monk. We have the Oath of the Spellguard Paladin. We have the Magic Stealer Rogue, and we have the Vestige Patron Warlock.
I have things to say about the Rogue because, as we all know, I do love to play a Rogue. And when I saw Mystic, I didn't think this would be a playtest for me, but I was wrong. Because I love the look of this Rogue. It looks fun. Do you want me to tell you about it? Or do you want to do the order?
No,
I'm going to jump in. Because I saw it and I was like, this looks interesting. And I'll have a look. So this is called the Magic Stealer Rogue. We were talking before, like Magic Thief might have been more fun. Or Spell Thief might have been more fun.
Magic Stealer is clumsy as hell. I got to agree.
Spell Thief sounds more like...
Spell Thief is a much cooler name.
Arcane Burglar. There we go.
Arcane Burglar? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But we're using arcane again, and I think they're trying to avoid arcane.
I was trying to think of some sort of pun like the Hamburglar, but with magic. The Mag Burglar. But anyway, no, that's not what it's called. It's called the Magic Stealer in the playtest, anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, it looks really fun, and it does some fun things in it that I like. So the basic idea behind it is that you steal magical energy from other spellcasters in battle. Fun. So you take it and repurpose it for different things that you can do. And those things that you can do, so level 3, the basic one, pretty much if a creature you can see casts a level 1 spell, so not cantrips, level 1 plus, you can use a reaction to absorb magical energy. So you take that absorbed energy, and then on your next turn you can add extra force damage to your sneak attack. as well.
Very
and
cool.
the D6 equal the spell's level. So if you're playing against a really powerful enemy, so that's the basic thing. And the reaction is equal to the number of your intelligence modifier. So that's quite nice. Liked that. That's just level 3 though.
Is there
then-
a saving throw or a limit?
The limit is the number of times you can use the reaction is equal to your intelligence modifier.
Is there a limit on the spell you can steal?
No, it can't be a cantrip.
So if someone casts a level 9 spell, I could steal that spell and then use it to hit them with 96 force damage
Yes.
plus sneak attack,
Yes.
and they don't get a save.
Correct.
Interesting.
It's sneak attack, so you have to be able to hit them because it's sneak attack. So you're still
making an attack roll. Yeah.
It's an attack roll.
Yeah. I think the question there is, if you're fighting an archlich, how easy is it for a first level rogue to steal his 9th level spell?
This is level 3.
All right. A third
it's a
level
react-
rogue
Yeah,
to
yeah.
steal his.
It's-
Yeah.
there's no-
well, such
there's-
a massive difference in power.
Yeah. Your reaction is to absorb the energy. So there's no save, there's no roll. It's just this happens. It's an
Okay,
ability you have. But it's equal to your intelligence modifier and how much
And that happens as they cast the spell, does it? Is that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and it can be an ally as well. If they as a
Yeah,
creature
sure.
within 30 feet casts a plus level 1 spell.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
someone casts a healing word or something, you could steal that, and then you'd be able to add an extra d6 to your sneak attack damage. with
Exactly.
force.
So that's quite
Pretty
nice.
cool.
But I like that. Pretty cool. It wasn't the thing that excited me about this thing though. The thing that
It's the
excited me,
reaction, is it?
Oh. The thing that made you make that face
absorbing-
before, when we were talking before the show,
When
you made a face.
I did.
And this is
I
that thing.
shook
is
it.
it?
Oh, it gets better. It gets
It gets
better.
better, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So level 3, you also get drain magic, and I really liked this because I don't normally think of rogues as ally or support classes in a
Mhm.
party. But this really nice. So you can drain power from ongoing spells charges as that reaction, and as an action, you can touch a willing creature to end their ongoing level 1 or level 2 spells if they're concentrating, and give them back that spell slot.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's why that face happened. I was like,
Ooh.
nice. So if you have a cleric, they're concentrating on something and they're ready to get
Say
rid of it,
bless.
just be like, thanks. And then you just give it back to them.
yeah. Well, the fight's going on
Wonderful.
round, but you're probably going to win. It's getting on to round 9. You walk.
Yeah.
Well, you've done the fight in 3 rounds. They cast bless. You're like, oh, okay. Let me just give that back to you, matey.
And I really love that because I really like being able to build a rogue that's more like supportive and has little support features and stuff. And I know in a lot of the third party versions of D&D, like you'll see stuff in Level Up A5e or in Tales of the Valiant that make rogues a little bit different in that way, but I haven't seen it in your classic D&D. This feature is once per short rest, which I don't mind. Like that, this, like you say, this feels nearer the end of a battle just to kind of keep things going. But I really liked that, and I thought that was a fun and interesting thing, and I liked
Absolutely.
it. But anyway, another thing that came in here is at level 9 you get magical sabotage, and I won't go through them all. There's but pretty much with your cunning strike options, you get to take their magic and you give the spellcaster disadvantage on their spellcasting, or you disrupt their spell, or you get rid of their resistance on a spell type. So it's lots of things like that and magical sabotage, which is quite fun. And then there's and this other thing I quite like was Occult Shroud at level 13. So whenever you finish a long rest, you cast the non-detection spell on you and on yourself, and then it lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much just constantly have non-detect on you if you're just, because it's every long rest, you can do that just for free.
Okay.
So that's fun. I like that.
Yes.
And then, level 13, you get that magic drain ability as a bonus action, which is quite nice. So instead of being a whole action, so that's really nice. And then Eldritch Implosion. So when you use your sneak attack from earlier, that level 3 one where you steal magic, more stabby, you can force the target to make a Constitution saving throw, and if they fail, the spell dissipates with no effect, and the target is stunned. So that's quite nice. I don't love those higher ones as much, but I loved the Drain Magic as a flavor piece. But yeah.
Right versus the World in the chat there suggests Disjunctor as a name. I was going to go with Mana Eater, but Disjunctor kind of works, I guess. Ish.
But yeah.
Mana
But this
Thief
is
strong,
Mana
or
Thief, yeah.
Spell Eater.
Mana
But
Burglar.
anyway,
There we
Spell
go.
Eater. There we go. Spell Eater. I
Oh,
want
yeah,
Spell
yeah.
Eater. That's what I would call it. I
But,
like that.
this is fun. But the
Yeah.
flavor of this, it reminded me last week we were talking about a romantasy book fiction, The Feywild
Yes.
Job, and we were saying, you said, PJ, you're like, oh, it sounds a bit more like a warlock because it's a rogue
Yeah.
that's indebted to a higher power. But
for their abilities specifically. That's why I
Yes,
said warlock, because that's the warlock type. I do stuff for you, you give me great power.
But this kind of could link into that a little bit, though, that like there's an element of like stealing magic and power as a rogue and things. So I didn't know if there was a link there, maybe.
Yeah,
So I don't know if the romantasy novel was told, hey, we're planning on doing this thing with the rogue. Go at it. But anyway, that was my only other thought. But that's my main thought on the Unearthed Arcana.
Okay.
Because I mostly looked at the rogue. So I don't know if anyone else wants to talk about the other.
I'll quickly summarise
non-rogue
what the others are.
things.
We don't have to
Yes.
dive into each one with that much detail. But so basically,
sorry, I
we've got
got
the
excited.
Warrior of the Mystic Arts Monk, and that
Yes.
one lets monks cast sorcerer spells up to 4th level spells.
Okay.
Nice.
This is a broad overview. And we've got the Oath of the Spellguard Paladin, protects magic casters.
Oh, okay.
That's their basic role. And the Vestige Patron Warlock forms a bond with a dying god and then can summon that dying god or a vestige of it, I guess, as a companion in battle. And also that vestige grows in power along with the warlock. So, as you get more powerful, it still stays relevant, even as you get as you reach higher levels. So that's kind of cool.
Warlock Beastmaster.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
I saw a note here that it draws inspiration from the binder from past editions of D&D.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not too
what's interesting
familiar
is
with
what is
that,
this
but
all related to? Because past Unearthed Arcanas, we've pretty much said definitely there's Dark Sun coming. I mean, we don't know for sure, but we'll be amazed now if that's not the case, because they have so, they've been so dark and convened. This isn't.
No.
This isn't. So I wonder, is there some kind of Arcana themed rule book coming this year?
The the Paladin reminds me of Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time.
Right.
Yeah, where you got like the women cast spells and they have men that stand in the way as they.
I have not read Wheel of Time. I've tried like 2 or 3 times and I just can't get into it.
It's fair. I've not finished it. Someone else did. So yeah, it's like it's the thing. But I was thinking of the TV series, to be honest.
Right.
I enjoyed
Well, that
the
was
series.
even worse. I tried that and I couldn't. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But basically, you've got like magic users that are women, and there are guys that men can't use magic, otherwise it's terrible, and they become like evil. So yeah,
just like in real life.
Yes, indeed. I'm wondering if there's like a maybe a Wheel of Time crossover. Like I know there's got to be a Wheel of Time role playing game out there.
There has been,
like,
yes, there has been in the past.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one currently in print, but there has been. Yeah.
There you go. That's my outside punt.
Okay.
A licensed Wheel of Time thing.
Okay. I think what we're going to get is a magic themed toolkit book. That's what I think we're going to get. So it's going to get a lot of magic themed prestige classes. God, what edition am I talking about? Magic themed subclasses.
Prestige classes.
For every class and magic items and spells and all that. That's my guess. Complete guess. That's my guess.
Yeah. I'd lean more towards that because I don't know if D&D would use an IP for one of their core products because they're more likely to license out their name to others for IP.
Yeah,
Because
but
they
they
haven't
have done
taken
in the past.
in.
They've produced official Star Wars role-playing games and all sorts of stuff. So they have done in the past. Been
Yeah,
on the
that's
licensor
true.
end as opposed to the licensee end, other way around. Licensee
I'm
end
just
as opposed
going
to
to
licensor.
say
It's
that maybe
possible.
they looked at a chap called Brandon Sanderson and how his Kickstarter for an RPG that didn't have
Blew up.
licensing
Yeah,
behind it made approximately tons of money. And
I
they're
mean,
like,
approximately
we like
tons.
money.
It did
Yeah.
We
quite
like
well,
money.
didn't it?
And the Wheel of the Time is very famous that even Wizards of the Coast executives may have heard of it.
Mhm. Maybe
I speculate. I don't know.
we all.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have speculanted. There we
Yes.
go.
All right. Next in the news.
Oh.
Universal Studios Hollywood. So, do you remember the Universal Fan Fest nights that were going on last year?
Yeah.
Which had that great big beholder puppet, massive
Yeah.
£30 Xanathar puppet, which has a person inside it, basically carrying
Doing
it
this.
around. Made by, I believe,
I'm going to
Jim
say,
Henson.
Russ, I'm going to say, I'm going to have to interrupt you that at £30, 15 kilos, right, it's no longer a puppet, right? It's an animatronic suit.
It's a costume. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Iron
It's
Man
really
suit.
animated. It's an animatronic suit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
Puppet.
So this is made. It was made by Jim Henson Studios,
I could believe it. Yeah, which
It looks.
hence the
It
high
does
quality.
look good.
Yeah.
It looks like a
so-
beholder. If a beholder was like also a deep sea creature, you know, like they've got the deep sea creatures with like those fluorescent lures.
An anglerfish.
Yeah, like that and others.
Well, that
So, yeah.
Xanathar has a goldfish in a bowl, doesn't he? In the actual, whatchamacallit?
And it looks like it's there on the set in the picture that you've
Yeah,
shown
yeah.
of the animatronic.
Yeah. So anyway, these started in 2025, and they covered lots of different IPs. There was like I think there was like a Star Trek one and a this and that, different ones. But you know, we're a tabletop role playing game show, so the D&D one is the one we're talking about. So it ran sort of as an experiment. I think in 2025. Seems that experiment was successful because it's coming back. It will run for 4 weekends in April and May. Universal Studios Hollywood. So sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to visit it, but it's a walkthrough experience, and it's got now a few new enhancements, but we don't know what those are because Universal Studios are holding them secret for now.
Oh, how red and mysterious.
Yeah. They did Harry Potter, they did Scooby-Doo and One Piece, I think, for some of the other IPs they did.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
They've all got popular fandoms, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, One Piece, which has about 1,000 episodes. Apparently that was season 1. And there is a season 2 and season on the way. I'm like, okay.
I've been
years of
recommended One Piece, but looked at the body of work to consume and was like, well, I feel intimidated. It's like when someone's like, you should get into Critical Role, and you go back to earlier seasons and you're like, wow, I don't know if I have the time to commit to this project.
Yeah, I get that a lot with TV shows, though, where I think, should I get into this? Then I realise there's Supernatural was one.
Yeah.
So if I'd got into it right at the start, I think I would probably be a fan of that show.
Yeah.
But it was 10 seasons in before I even started trying to watch it. And at that point, it felt like a chore.
Yeah.
In that I had to watch, you know, and it's not, it should be amazing. I should go, oh, great. I really enjoyed the first episode and I've got 10 seasons to watch. Excellent.
You can binge,
but it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that's predicated on really enjoying the first episode. If someone tells me, oh, this show is really great, it just takes 2 or 3 seasons to get going, I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'll make a note of that.
I've heard that about so many things. I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to do homework before I can enjoy a thing too much. Says the TTRPG player, actually thinking about it, whereas I have to do a bit of homework before starting any new game. But there we go.
Well, talking of TV shows,
okay.
Have either of you seen or heard of the TV show Ted?
I know Ted Talks.
So
but I'm guessing this is different.
I know there's a film, Ted,
yes.
which had a
so it's a TV show of the film. So there's a Mark Wahlberg film. I think there are 2 of them, in fact.
I've not seen it, but yeah, because the second one had
either.
like Sam J. Jones, who was Flash Gordon in the 1980s Flash Gordon.
I'll take your
remember,
word
'cause
for
you
that.
looked
I haven't seen it.
particularly-
I don't know.
They
But
do,
it
yeah.
featured
I've only seen the trailer.
a talking stuffed bear.
Yeah.
That isn't
Yeah,
Paddington.
that
Yeah.
was very adult themed.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of the comedy deriving from the fact it's a children's toy that drinks, smokes, and does whatever
Yeah,
else.
swears and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a TV show based on this, and it's now in season 2. So it's been around for
Okay.
a while. And apparently the current DM of Critical Role and a
Brennan
lot
Lee
of
Mulligan?
Dimension 20, Brennan
Yeah.
Lee
Yes.
Mulligan,
Yes.
will be
Yeah.
guest starring in it
All right.
as a DM.
Oh, there we go.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So the series is going to get a D&D themed episode, presumably. And the
Mm.
cast of the show appears in the trailer, at least, for season 2 of Ted, wearing like period costumes, walking into a tavern. And then you've got Brandon Lee Mulligan behind a DM screen as a DM.
Yeah. We should note for listeners at home that it is Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Brennan,
not
sorry,
Brandon,
yes.
or Brendan, as both myself and Russ have viciously mispronounced this
Brennan
poor
Lee
person's name.
Mulligan. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Brennan. We're sorry.
We are very
I
Please
like-
keep listening to the show
I'm sure he listens. Yeah.
religiously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I like that. I like his GM style.
Mm.
It's because I've been watching the new Critical Role season. I'm not up to date. I've watched a few episodes. I've got more to watch. But yeah, I do like his GM style. I've always enjoyed Dimension 20 and things. I first saw him GMing. They did a show, Dungeons and Drag Queens, with the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race playing D&D for the first time. And he's great at pulling people into storytelling that aren't role players. He does that very well, and it's really nice to watch.
They're not role players yet.
Well, they are now. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what I mean. People that would come to the table and wouldn't identify as that and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing." He's very good at being like, "Yeah, we're going to sit down and tell a story. Yeah, come in, we'll do this. Don't worry about that." Which is
Very
nice.
cool.
Kind of GM style
right.
I aspire to have.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
that's
it's
nice to
important.
see. Yeah.
If you're bringing new people in, so good for him.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
really cool because it is a skill.
Yes.
Right, as we work our way through the week's news, here's the next bit of news. 2 books coming from Pathfinder, coming in July. And they are called Impossible Magic. So Paizo is also doing a magic theme book. Guess what? We're doing one as well.
Really?
So I guess
Must be something in the
2026 is the
water.
year of the magic themed books. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we announced ours in December, in fairness. So
Yes. Yeah. So we got Impossible Magic, and we've got High Seas is the other one. So they're the 2 books.
Nice.
They announced them in a live stream. Paizo announced these books in a live stream on Friday or last Friday, as today is also Friday. Last Friday. So what we've got, the Impossible Magic, basically has let's have a look. The Magus, Necromancer, Runesmith, and Summoner classes.
Okay.
Updated to 2nd edition, Pathfinder 2E.
Nice.
240 new spells.
Wow.
New
That's a lot of spells.
archetypes, new arcane schools, and more magical items. This
Love
is going to
magic
debut
items.
at Gen Con. So that's Pathfinder's magic themed source book. And then, of course, they've got High Seas, Lost Omens High Seas, which just covers, it's a kind of lore themed book, covers the Lost Omens is obviously the name they now use for the campaign setting that includes Golarion.
Okay, the world's Lost Omens, hence the Lost Omens appearing on the cover of the other book.
So this covers areas, and I'm not personally familiar with Golarion in enough detail, but Hermia, Mediogalti Island, the Mordant Spire, the Shackles, and other various underwater regions.
Nice.
Yeah. So they'll be coming out later this year, July. So Impossible Magic has been announced specifically as Gen Con. High Seas hasn't been. They've only said July, so it may or may not be Gen Con. It may be just before. Don't know.
It'll be ready when it's ready. Good times. Yeah. That sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is very exciting. Oh, we're whipping through the news this week. That's good because because the
Got
big
the
countdown's
countdown.
coming soon. Yes, we're counting down to the countdown. In fact,
Yeah.
we have got we've got two news items to go, then the countdown.
Okay,
Wow.
how exciting.
Just now we had 3 news items to go, then the countdown. Now we have 2 news items, and then when I've done this one, there'll be 1 news item to go. Do you get how that works? You're getting the theme here.
I
Countdown
don't-
to the countdown.
I don't
Right.
quite understand, but I trust you'll guide me through it.
Okay.
The meta countdown.
What do I add to my D20?
It's a D12.
So the next piece of news actually is one from you, PJ.
Yes.
I assume so, because it's got the word AI in it. I assume you put it there, not Jess.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
PJ famously loves AI.
That is not PJ. That is Jess.
That is not PJ.
That is not PJ. I'm going to switch to all 3 of us instead.
I mean, I'm sure everyone's happier with this result, but there we go. Anyway, yeah. So here it's a Games Workshop has banned its designers from using AI. Not the senior executives it's in the article. It says not the senior executives are impressed with it, and it joins such luminaries as Bandcamp, who has also banned AI from its platform. Comic-Con, which was going to allow AI to be shown, but then after outcry from outraged artists, said actually no, not your generative AI or AI here. Thank you. And of course, Oracle, who is being sued by bondholders for their terrible mistakes which involved rolling out AI. So what can I say? I was right.
So what's happening at Games Workshop then? So what's the score there?
They've taken a look at AI, said we don't think it's any good, and said don't use it. It's not worth the candle, and it is total poison for sales. So leave it.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought that was quite amusing, and for people involved in the industry, many of them are like, I thought I'd brighten your day, a little rare sunshine.
There we go. Thank you for that.
Okay. All right, we now have 1 news item to go before the big countdown. And this one, look at this. This is pretty. This looks pretty. This is from Free League. And this is called The Flowers of Algorab, which is a campaign for Coriolis, which is their sci-fi RPG. So
look at that pretty map.
Look at all that
Pretty
stuff you get in
map.
there. Yeah. Big old box set. It's got dice, cards, gear, cards for initiative gear, discoveries, cardboard tokens, obviously books there as well, and handouts. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
I have the Coriolis campaign. It looks great. I haven't run it.
The game came out in 2025, Coriolis the Great Dark.
Yes.
Coriolis the Third Horizon came out in 2025. Coriolis the Great Dark is kind of the second edition. Yeah. And this is a campaign setting for it. And it supposedly was like it's focused on exploration and survival in space, in a remote region of space. And it was apparently inspired by like 19th century expeditions and deep sea diving and pulp archaeology, but in space.
Yeah.
In the same way that Star Trek was like inspired by westerns in space, like Wagon Train to the Stars was kind of the phrase used in pitching it.
Yeah.
Okay. And expeditions by the British Navy, I would think as well. Like just finding new places. Although less blowing them up. So got that kind of them.
Yeah. Uses the Year Zero engine, which is Free League's in-house games system, so you'll be familiar with that from lots and lots of other games. It does look like a gorgeous set there, and I feel like I've never played Coriolis. I feel like I would like it. I feel like I would like that, and I should.
I think you would.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the book if you want to borrow it, because my pile of to run games is incredibly long, and it'll be a while till I get to it.
Yeah, that's just mine. But my next one is definitely got to be Moria for the One Ring. That is what I want to run next.
I am starting my One Ring campaign soon. Not that I'm running, I'm playing it, and I'm so excited to find it, because it's been like a year. We've been like, this will be the next thing we play when we're done with Warhammer, and we've reached that point, and it's happening. But yes,
exciting stuff.
It is exciting.
Exciting stuff. So I'm going to assume that you're going to play the one ring before I do then, at that rate. So
We'll see. We're having some scheduling issues, as every good RPG group does.
It's not an RPG if you don't. Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about those because it's Wednesday.
Yeah, well, the best thing you can do is have a weekly schedule, but unfortunately, the people I'm playing with, we can't do that because of people's various work life things. But there we go. We've all dealt with scheduling issues. It's not interesting. I won't talk about it further.
Okay, then. It's time. It's that time. It's that time, not only of the episode, that time of the year. It is time for us. Actually, let's play the intro video. And
Are you filled with anticipation?
Patient. Hello, so we are about to count down the top 10 most anticipated tabletop RPGs of 2026. We do this every year. We've been doing it since 2013. That's a long time, isn't it? We've been doing it every single year. Roll for Combat in the chat says, why did you have to get sick last week? I wasn't sick. I was at my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
I was eating a delicious enormous steak, in fact. Well, I was not sick.
Are we not good enough?
Anyway, we do this every year. It's very, very exciting. And last year, the winner was, if you recall, or do you recall? Can you remember?
No.
It was Legend in the Mist was last year's winner.
Oh, okay.
So over the years, we've had 13th Age in 2013. We didn't do it in 2014. But it would have been Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition had we done so, I am sure.
That makes sense. That's fair.
Well, the reason for that was because we did it in 2013 and it was just a one-off.
Yeah.
It wasn't intended to be an annual thing.
Yeah.
And in 2014, and then in 2015, decided, hang on, let's do that again.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, 2014 got missed, but I think we can assume that D&D 5th edition probably would have won in 2014.
Yeah.
That's more than fair.
Then we got Star Wars Force and Destiny was in 2015. Rifts for Savage Worlds, as Sean Connery might say. Rifts for Savage Worlds in 2016. The Trudvang Chronicles, Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, Savage Worlds Venture edition. That's 2 appearances for Savage Worlds there. Dune from Modiphius in 2020 and 2021. Twilight 2000 joint in 2021, Blade Runner, Pendragon 6e, and Shadow of the Weird Wizard are the previous winners of this.
But Russ, who is the winner of 2026?
Well, we're going to find out. We're about to find out. But we're going to count them down from number 10. We're going to count them down. It's going to be such fun.
Okay. Let's go.
So are we ready to find out? And I'll just say this was voted for readers of EN World. We had something coming up to 10,000 voters. A lot of voters. A lot of people vote for these, partly because a lot of people, a lot of the companies, ask their fans to come and vote. So we had close to 10,000 voters. Lots and lots and lots and lots of people vote. And I will say that the number 1 place got 3 times as many votes as the number 2 place. There was a big gap.
Wow.
A landslide win. Massive landslide win. But let's start at number 10, shall we?
Yes.
So number 10 of the top 10 most anticipated TTRPGs of 2026 is Twilight Sword.
I voted for this one.
You did. So tell us. Tell us about it.
I will happily talk about Twilight Sword. If people do want a more in-depth run through of this, there's a whole Not D&D episode where we talk to Two Little Mice, the creators, for about an hour. So if you want an in-depth one, head over to Not D&D to listen to that. But in summary, so Twilight Sword, it's inspired by, very much like Zelda and things like that, where you're journeying and it's about the journey as part of the adventure and moving through the world. It has a really nice, unique system. It's the CAT system, CAT, which stands for Created at Twilight. Meow, lovely. But the core mechanic is quite simple. It's quite nice. So it's a D12. And I love a D12 system. So 1 is the best result, 12 is the worst. And pretty much when you're doing any kind of skill check, you have a variety of abilities, and you roll, and you want your roll to be equal or lower than your ability score, and then that's a success. So that's at its core, which is quite nice. But they have loads of really cool mini systems within it. That does really kind of fun things. There's a really nice hope despair mechanic, which is really nice for the GMs to kind of it's in different regions and areas, so you can kind of point your players to where they should go next, where needs attention and help. So it's a really nice tool to kind of narratively push the game that way whilst the mechanics support it. And I also love, they have a really nice cooking and brewing mechanics. So they wanted cooking mechanics so you can create recipes and do things like that, but it's not too crunchy. It's actually quite simple, but provides a lot of variety and flavor. So you can put a certain number of ingredients in, and you get different abilities and things from doing that. So a lot of it is going around the world, and there's an element of foraging and sitting down by the campfire and having a little chat and cooking a nice meal, and they give you mechanical benefits. And also a highlight for me as well is that you can play a penguin player species as one of the 4 species that you can play. So
Fair enough.
fun.
So this game is from Two Little Mice, and this is their second appearance in this chart, actually, because they appeared in 2023 with a game called Household, if you recall. So this is the second time they've appeared in the top 10 of anticipated games, and this is inspired by like classic video games like Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy and games along that line.
Absolutely.
Did really well on back of kit. It crowdfunded to close to $1 million last year. Yeah. So congratulations there.
And I say that their games are very pretty and nicely made as well. They do this in conjunction with Free League, so the art and the quality of the physical books are really, really nice in these. But yes. So
this chart wouldn't be the same if Free League wasn't on it.
It would not. It would not. But yeah, so I voted for this as one of my 3 choices. So I'm glad to see it made the top 10 with other people as well. So congratulations to Two Little Mice.
Very, very cool. Okay, the next one. This is again someone's second appearance, not for the game. You know that sometimes games appear in the chart multiple years in a row. I think Conan's Modiphius's Conan game appeared 4 years in a row. And Pendragon 6th edition also appeared 4 years in a row. Like people were anticipating it. Eventually, these games came out. But so this is the second appearance for the publisher, but not for this game. So the next one is at number 9, Old School Essentials, the 2026 edition from Necrotic Gnome. And this is a retro adventure game. That's how they built it. And of course, Necrotic Gnome appeared last year in the chart with Dolmenwood.
Oh, yeah.
So this is their second appearance in the chart.
This is a reprint, isn't it? Or
it's a new edition of Old School Essentials. Yeah, so Old School Essentials has kind of different versions. So there's ones based on like they're like rules based on like 1970s and 1980s versions of D&D, sort of clones-ish. So there's one based on the basic expert D&D rules. There's one based on AD&D second edition. So they've got different games, different game models. So this is a new edition. It's got completely updated art. It's got a completely OGL free text, open game license free text. Because as you may or may not recall, there was a slight problem that befell the open game license a couple of years ago. Wizards of the Coast attempted to cancel it, rescind it.
Really?
And we won't get into that now because we spent many months.
They've been massively successful in respect to getting rid of the OGL.
Oh
The monkeys paw closes a finger.
They
released the text of the Creative Commons.
OGL, but they've rendered it irrelevant, so nobody uses it anymore, really. So they succeeded in their goal, I guess. So this is an OGL free text. Which is nice. Paizo done much the same with Pathfinder, is now OGL free.
I love the art style of these books as well. A
Mm.
really distinctive art style. I think it's
Yeah.
looks great. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Very old school. Very old
Mm.
school.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I like it a lot. Yeah. Okay, then. Should we move on to number 8?
Yes.
I have personally run a demo of this game. Why I say a demo of the playtest that was released during the Kickstarter last year. So not the full
Yes.
game.
Oh, I know what this is then.
You know what it is. Okay.
Yes.
Well, here it comes. Discworld.
Yeah.
Adventures in Ankh-Morpork from Modiphius. Now, this appeared in the chart last year. It was in last year's most anticipated TTRPGs. It is in this year's most anticipated TTRPGs, and it is the 5th time that Modiphius have appeared in this chart. They often have a game in the running here.
Yeah. I thought this was already out, to be honest.
Not quite, no. So the playtest thing is out, but the actual game still, I backed the Kickstarter and I still don't have my copy of it yet. So it made nearly 3 million on Kickstarter. Did very, very, very well. And it's Terry Pratchett, so it's satire and absurdity and all that, all crunched together into this fantasy world. This is particularly focusing on, because it's a big world and there's a lot of regions in it and different stories and different places about different people in Terry Pratchett's nearly 12 quadrillion books, or however many he wrote. Quite a few, more than 3 at least. But this is very much focused on the big city Ankh-Morpork. Yes, all digital Discord has been delivered. Yeah, but the actual game hasn't been released to the public yet. So I ran this at your club, Peter, last. It was at the end of 2024. I think it was just before Christmas, 2024. I think.
Yeah.
Do you mean 2025?
We're still in the Marlins at that point.
No, 24.
So...
A whole year
wow.
and a bit ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't recently I did that. It was over a year ago.
No.
So I there was, with the Kickstarter, there was a playtest adventure that you could run. With some pre-generated characters. I can't remember it all that well, to be honest. It was that long ago, but I do recall that I liked it. I did like it.
Yeah, well, it's like always a roll-off. Like the player rolls something, that's the GM. And
I think one of the problems with games like this, because Terry Pratchett is so funny and so clever, it'd be the same as if you made a sort of Blackadder game or something like that.
Yeah.
Where the scripts are so clever and so funny, and the artists, the actors is great, and all this sort of stuff. When you think you're going to run such a game, can you and your players be as clever and funny on the fly as Terry Pratchett? That's the worry you have going in. Is this going to feel like Discworld? Because of course you're not going to be able to do that, because Terry Pratchett was a genius and also wasn't doing it on the fly. You're not going to be able to, and that is kind of what the trepidation you have going into something like this. But I think one thing that Discworld has that really works in your favor is the characters play it straight in the world.
That's absolutely essential to fantasy humor. Yeah,
exactly. So the adventures themselves, as long as they're written and they've got plenty of time to get those adventures right, so it's going to be a hard one to run an off the cuff adventure. One shot. But if you have an adventure written and crafted and is funny, and it's the situations that are funny in Discworld, it's the plots that are funny, but the characters are playing it straight, like they can't see why this is absurd, sort of thing.
I'll say that's fast, real people in unreal situations.
Yeah. So I think Discworld has that strength in that you don't have to be incredibly witty to play it. Because it's the situations around you that are funny, rather than you don't have to be quipping constantly. So I think it works. I think it really works, and I really enjoyed running it. It was only a one shot. It was 3 hours or something. It was only a one shot, but I really enjoyed running it. Players seemed to enjoy it. It was a relaxed, fun, rules light experience. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Can't argue that.
Yeah. Right. I think we'll let you talk about the next one, Peter. Are you ready to see what is number 7?
Yeah.
In the countdown, 7 in the
curious, certainly
10 most anticipated TTRPGs of 2026 is the Black Company.
Yeah. This is Dennis de Twiller, and I can't remember the name of his company now.
Now, this is Arc Green Publishing.
Arc Green Publishing, the Delta Green people. That's ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Black Company just released a playtest, which I haven't signed up to be part of because I know I do not have the bandwidth to engage with it. But no, I'm very excited. For listeners at home, we're looking at a logo that says the Black Company in a black swirly writing on a red background, and it has above the ANC the badge of Soul Catcher, who's one of the 10 who was taken. So that's not just a random piece of skull. That's a very exciting piece of design, which has a lot of mythic resonance for people who enjoyed the intellectual property. So yeah, this is one of the ones I picked for certain. If I didn't, then I would have. But yeah, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm probably going to give it a go because difficult to get right. But I think it would lend itself quite well to role-playing games because it's about the way they win their fights, the Black Companies, they win it through cleverness, subterfuge, and sneakiness, and occasionally setting things on fire.
As I understand it, they're often very much outgunned, aren't they?
Well, yeah, always outnumbered, never outclassed. I would describe it as and the 10 who are taken are wizards who have the complete absolute gall to not be glass cannons, but instead to be extremely tough and hard to kill, whilst also possessing terrifying magical power. So if someone's a wizard in this, you know they're bad news, and if they're one of the 10 who are taken, extra bad news with some bad news sprinkles. So that's it lends a lot of itself to like having protagonists and so forth. It's an interesting thing, and I particularly like it because a lot of the city names are just regular nouns, which is good. So you don't have to work so hard to remember them
or pronounce them, as the case may be.
Yes.
I'm sure I could get it wrong still, though.
You probably could, but you'd have to work much harder. But I believe in
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the second Black Company tabletop role-playing game, because there was one from Green Ronin back in 2004.
Yeah,
a long time ago, over 20 years ago. But there was one before, D20 powered, I believe.
Yes.
But this one's from Arc Dream Publishing. I don't know what system it uses, but there is a playtest you can sign up for, and you can check it out for yourself.
Looking forward to hearing more about this as the situation develops.
Yeah. Okay, then. Moving on to the next one. This is interesting. So, this is from Evil Baby Entertainment. And this is called The Broken Empires RPG. So they describe this as a sim-light D100 skills-based TTRPG.
Okay.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
catchy tagline there. And they say...
The cover of the book looks like Aragorn grabbed himself a crossbow, decided to hang out with an elderly Geralt the Witcher, and then the cat from Lost Kingdoms turned up and said, "All right, lads, we're having a party." I mean,
well, this
I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
No,
I'm just observing.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool, PJ.
It's got a Warhammer-y vibe in the font at the top there to me as well.
Yes, no, I agree. Yeah,
dramatic but apparently this draws on over 125 role-playing games. So Sim Light. This is as far as I can make out. I had to look up how these terms are being used because some of these are more sort of video gamey terms. But Sim Light refers to games which prioritize fast and simple mechanics.
Okay.
But have detailed simulation aspects.
Okay.
Is that like the crafting or?
So we're talking like detailed combat and things like that. So the combat is both detailed and fast. Now I'm only going from what the company's told me. I can't tell you what I've seen with my own eyes. But this game has no stats, no classes or levels. It made over $500,000 on Kickstarter.
Nice.
It was one of those ones, like throughout the Kickstarter, a lot of YouTube gaming influencers were endorsing it as well.
Okay, cool.
Like there were like several of them endorsing it. This is in 2024, actually. It was 2 years ago, and it's now available for pre-order. So presumably it's coming out this year.
Yeah. So typically the use case that I would expect to come across for sim-like sort of thing is maybe not for combat, but maybe for exploration, travel. Like, what things are happening as you're going along.
Well, I can't tell you whether or not that is the case with this game.
No.
It may be, may not be. I haven't seen it. So
because you're trying to move away from making people make like hundreds of rolls, which a computer can do, no problem. Gives it something to do whilst it's moving your thing along the map. But as a GM and with players, pen and paper, you do not want this at all. So if they've got elegant solutions to provide, so we say cool-authentic, which is the term I borrowed from the LARP community, which is not necessarily authentic, but it's cool enough to feel that way. Cool-authentic. Yeah. So my gift to you people, enjoy using the word. If it feels cool-authentic, then it could be quite good. So I'll be interested in seeing how this works.
Well, congratulations to Evil Baby Entertainment, number 6, the 6th most anticipated CTRPG of 2026. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yes, Russ, but what is the 5th? What is the 5th most anticipated TTRPG of 2026? And guess what?
That was
I'm about to tell you. Are you ready? Or should I just do this in a completely different order? Just like randomly go through
that sounds like that.
I think you've organised your slides so nicely. We should go in the order.
We should probably do them in order. Let's go with number 5.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Who's at number 5?
Number 5. Ars Magica.
I'm not surprised this is on the list.
So
Atlas Games, isn't it?
Yeah, this is from Atlas Games. So Ars Magica was created in 1987 and is famous for a couple of things. One was the verb-noun magic system, which it invented and pioneered, and which has been, influenced many games since, including games that I've written. I love that concept. So the verb-noun magic system is sort of like I make fire, or you have a verb and a noun, and there's a number of verbs and a number. It's not called verb noun. That's just the sort of like the meta terminology that the industry uses to describe that sort of system. And then you choose a verb and a noun to form your spell, sort of on the fly-ish. So there's the verb noun magic system, which is very, very cool, very flexible, and just kind of feels quite. And it's kind of like with this pseudo Latin kind of way of giving
a bit of Rivers of London, Ben Aronovich, like Skindere to bind stuff to things. Exciting.
So there's that, and also troop style play, which is a type of game where you have more than one character, and the character you're using depends on the situation. So in Ars Magica in particular, it tended to be you'd have a character and you'd have a sort of a wizard or a mage, and you'd have a non-mage. And the mages were generally quite a bit more powerful than the non-mages. What would happen is you would generally have in different sessions, you might have one character playing their mage and the others playing their companions or something like that. That's how
called like grunts or herberts.
I can't remember what they're called. But
it didn't sound very complimentary.
I borrowed the idea in my sci-fi game for the What's Old is New system. I borrowed the idea where instead of having the entire bridge crew beam down to a planet, you have troop style play, and that you have a bridge character who has all the piloting skills and all the skills to operate a starship, but you also have an away team character which you can use for when you beam down, and then so you've always got something to do. You've always got an
uses that in their version of Star Trek as well, which is quite cool.
Yeah. I did it first. I'll just say. Anyway,
after Ars Magica,
I did it in 2016. Thank you very much. So you're welcome, Ridiculous. Anyway,
getting sassy now.
Sorry, I copied it off Ars Magica. I can't.
We don't.
And I'm very, very sure that Modifius never read my game, so they probably got it in Ars Magica too. But anyway, there's been 5 editions of Ars Magica over the years. And this is the definitive edition. It's a deluxe expanded version, sort of based on 5th edition of Ars Magica. Obviously, there's lots of games with 5th editions, Ars Magica being one. So this is essentially, I guess, 6th edition, but they're calling it the definitive edition of Ars Magica.
Well, I'm just going to say, because calling it Ars Magica 5th edition would cause a lot of upset.
They did call Ars Magica 5th edition. There's already been 5 editions. This is the 6th.
Well, if they did it again, it might cause upset then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that
You
would be
can see why.
confusing to have 2
Because
fifth
it'd be like,
editions.
Well, that would be
Right.
very
Right.
confusing to have 2 5th editions.
You're converting
Like
your
this
fifth edition.
Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 5th edition in at number 4. Oh no!
So wait, so this is Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition?
No.
Oh dear! Can you imagine if it was powered by D&D 5th edition? No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
No,
fifth
they're
edition.
not.
Oh,
They would. Our
Yeah.
good
Yes,
friends
please.
at Cubicle 7 would not do something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
they know
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
excited. I voted for this as well because I'm playing. I'm just finishing up my Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay campaign that I've been playing in for a few years,
Mhm.
and I'm not hugely enamored with the system because there's a few patches and tweaks in places in the systems that just make it not feel as nice. And I think that's what they've said is a lot of what they're doing with this system is clearing up a lot of those little subsystems that kind of get in the way and don't add to the game. They're tidying that up. And I think they were looking at tweaking the leveling progression so it's a bit more streamlined. So I think they're taking all that feedback and making it a bit more letting you, because sometimes the mechanics feel like they're getting in the way of what you want to do, which is the opposite of what you want it.
I played
Yeah.
3rd edition, which was the one before that, and that was using all the that was Fantasy Flight Games, and
Right.
it was using all their funny dice, and they, for me personally, and I know some people loved it, I know some people like that. For me personally, those funny dice got in the way of the system for me, and I
Not a big Genesis fan.
I couldn't, I don't know, maybe I'm just not very clever, but I couldn't work out what the dice were saying 90% of the time, even though I played it for about 6 months, you know.
Yeah. Somebody was saying
sometimes don't.
Yeah, but that's 2 editions ago. They don't use that system at all anymore. It's very
no, 4th edition, which I'm
7 now. Yeah.
But interestingly, someone in the comments isn't enamored with the system either because they said they're playing a campaign of the Enemy Within, which is originally for 4th edition, which is what I'm also using. But they're using 5e.
Ooh.
And to be honest,
wow.
I think the system would work because it's fantasy. The only thing is magic users generally in Warhammer are a lot rarer. So maybe when you were doing 5e, you could be like, you can't be a magic user. That probably might be how I'd get around that. Because
it's a 5e powered version of the One Ring of Adventures in Middle Earth, which, you know, obviously magic is a lot rarer than that. There's only like 5 wizards in the entire world, you know, so
I mean, you can run whatever game you want with your thing as well. The part for me, especially with the Enemy Within and with Warhammer, like magic is like oh, what's this situation? Like it's very much in our game anyway. When we've come across it, we're like, oh, I don't know if we should be poking this with a stick. And that is what we're doing. My first battle, I had no combat skills, so I literally hid behind a table and threw cups at somebody. That was my contribution to the fight.
That's what you did last time we went to UK Games Expo.
Yeah, it's my go-to fighting style.
Yeah, they know what they did.
Gets a bit crazy.
I'm not even
talking
about in the game, Jess. I'm talking about at dinner.
Yeah, I know. Gets a bit crazy.
Yeah, they know what they did. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is number 4. It's Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 5th edition.
I'm excited to see these changes because I think it will streamline it.
Yeah, this is from Cubicle 7. In 2018. Cubicle 7 was also in this list with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition. It came in at number 2, in fact.
What can I say? The people love the Warhammer.
Yeah. Right, versus the world there. Sounds like the EN World Christmas party is a hoot. There's a lot of dogs. That's all I can say. There's a lot of dogs.
So many dogs.
So many dogs. So many dogs.
Fortunately, we're such a remote team. We don't all get together because we have writers for EN World all over the world working remotely. So we can't all get together in one space very often.
In fact, of the people that actually work for EN World, I think me and Jess are the only ones that regularly see each other at all, aren't we?
Yeah.
Probably, pretty much. Most of them are in America or various places around the world.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on to number 3 now. Number 3. We're getting there. It's getting close to the. Can you feel the tension rising?
I can.
The anticipation.
Yeah. There's clouds forming overhead. I've had to adjust my lighting as we're recording.
Wow. Okay, number 3. The third most anticipated tabletop role-playing game of 2026 is Mistborn. So this is from Brotherwise Games. who included Mistborn as a stretch goal in their Cosmere role-playing game Kickstarter, which made $14 million a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Wow.
So the Cosmere role-playing game is out.
Yes.
But Mistborn was one of the stretch goals, and Mistborn is coming out this year. And I mean, Brotherwise Games, this is from. They broke pretty much every TTRPG record with Kickstarter or any crowdfunder. TTRPG crowdfunder.
Well, when you have a number of people following you, which is comparable to several countries' armed forces, which at the time we did comment on, then you're gonna sell a lot of books.
The second highest was Avatar. It's the second highest ever, but they're definitely in the lead there. This obviously won't be another big Kickstarter because it's a stretch goal in the previous one. So this will just come out this year. It's a separate game. There's going to be 3 hardcover books containing lore, rules, and an adventure. One of them is an adventure called Mistborn and Legacy. So that's number 3. It's number 3. Okay. Number 2. Number 2 is, and this is one that I voted for. Voted for.
Yeah. He's let it slip.
Yeah, no, I voted for this one. I voted for this. I voted for Pioneer from Mongoose and Discworld.
Another one.
Discworld.
Right.
Yes. I knew what it was. I had the image in my head. I just didn't get the word out.
Discworld. 3 ain't bad then, is it?
Yeah. Okay. Number 2. Invincible, the superhero role-playing game.
Yes.
Now, this is coming from Free League. First of all, I'm going to tell you, this is Free League's 13th appearance in this chart.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
They are by far the most prolific people to appear in this chart. Every single year they do so. They often have a number 1 or a number 2.
It doesn't surprise me because they have interesting IPs that people are excited about because of the IP, but also their games are very consistent. You know what the system's going to be. It's going to be their in-house system with some tweaks to suit the genre. So it's not intimidating to jump into. And also the products are just very well made and pretty. So you know what you're going to get. So it doesn't surprise me.
The timing is very good as well because this happens. The voting for this happens always at the same time as their big Q4 Kickstarter, which they do every year. So it's at a time when people are very excited about the upcoming thing. Yeah, it's front of mind. So yeah, like I say, this thing wouldn't be this thing without Free League. They're always in it. So this is based on Robert Kirkman's comic book series and animated show. I believe you've read the comics or seen the show, Peter. I've seen both.
I've seen the show, but I was quite interested. Jessica earlier said that she knew lots about the game, so I was happy to talk about it.
Invincible.
Yes.
Well, yeah, no, I said I'm happy to talk about it. I mean, the game, from what I know, it's not out yet to play, but it, like I said, it's Free League, so it uses their in-house system, so it's got some little tweaks to make it fit the genre. It's Year Zero, and I haven't seen all those little tweaks and nuances out yet because it's not obviously not out and published, but I'm curious to see what they will be. I've watched the show of Invincible, really liked it. I'm curious to see what characters you play within it, whether you play the heroes that we know or you create your own and you're part of like a lower sort of powered league that supports the main thing. But interested to see what the campaigns and the storylines are that you're
What's
doing.
interesting to me is one of the big facets of the show and the comic book, probably even more so the comic book, is the graphic violence.
Yeah,
it is very, very gory. Like a superhero fight has people's heads being ripped off and blood spurting everywhere, and it's very graphic.
I'll be honest, like I'm looking at the cover of Invincible, which has that trademark blood splatter on the letters IBLE, and if you look at the bottom, there's a chap looking straight at the camera with like black hair. I think that's Gilgamesh, and he did have a bad case of decapitation.
Spoilers.
Mild spoilers for episode 1 of Invincible. Omni-Man turns out not to be the nicest guy. So if you've been on the internet, you probably already figured that out.
Come on, spoilers. Let's stop talking about the plot. Let's stop talking about the plot. But I'm interested to see how they handle
Superman's evil. Yeah,
I'm interested to see how they handle the graphic violence in this game. I'm curious. I'm not necessarily saying it's for me. Like I desperately want to play a game full of graphic violence, but I'm curious. No. Almost from a design standpoint, where they go with it, what choices they make with that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the tweaks as well.
Or whether they have some kind of system where you can choose how violent you want your game to be, maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I'm sure they'll have guidance in the lines and veils for how you want to narrate combat and things, because most games have that. Because I mean, in theory, in your D&D games, you could make it, depending on how you describe how you stab the goblin, you could go as far down that scale as you'd like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You don't have to bake it into the rules necessarily.
No, it's a narrative choice sometimes.
Yeah. But then again, I think back to sort of some of the old school like critical hit tables from various games back in like the 80s, which were really, really gory.
Yeah.
And which as teenage boys we loved, because that's the sort of thing that teenage boys love.
Yeah. Well, death is nearly instantaneous in one thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what the Munchkins are for role playing, I think, on it. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so 3D, congratulations. There was no doubt really that they would appear in the chart. They always do. Congratulations, their 13th appearance. But Invincible superhero role-playing game coming out this year, 2026. The second most anticipated game.
But Russ, what, I pray tell, is the #1 most anticipated TTRPG of 2026?
I didn't check that one. Oh, sorry. Were you expecting to go all the way to #1?
Oh, shall we come back to do that one next week then?
I'm so sorry. It's I only went to #2.
Oh, fair enough. Maybe
I didn't think anyone cared about #1. I thought,
Well, I figured you thought maybe we could wait until next week just to really build the anticipation.
Yeah, should we do that?
Yeah.
What do people think? Let's not do that. Let's go straight to #1, shall we?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Okay, here we go. #1, the most anticipated tabletop role-playing game of 2026 is, and I will say this had 3 times the votes of the #2 position.
Yes.
It was a landslide victory, massive, overwhelming onslaught of votes. Are you ready? It is a game called Deathbringer.
Okay.
So this is from the Dungeon Craft YouTube channel, a social media influencer called Professor DM, aka Dan Fazio, and also coming from Roll for Combat, which I'm assuming is publishing the game on their behalf. So this is kind of like an old school. There's not a lot of information. If you go to the website for this, it's just a box remaining list and a logo, and that's it. I'm assuming that there's a lot of information buried within the YouTube video channels. But what there is, which I was able to check out, there's a PDF version on Drive-Through RPG, which is literally just a couple of pages of house rules. It's a very small thing for about $3. And it's designed to make D&D more dangerous.
Okay.
And it's an Adamantine bestseller, so that's the very top category on Drive-Through RPG.
Someone charged for house rules. Nice.
There's a couple. It's like a couple of pages of rules. It's like a grim dark fantasy rules kit. Is how it describes itself. The unique Deathbringer dice mechanic replaces traditional features, feats, and skills with a fast, flexible alternative. Get ready for breakneck, bone-crunching, skull-smashing action with Deathbringer.
There we go. I have to admit, this is one that wasn't on my radar that I didn't know much about until this list. So I guess that's why this top 10 list is useful, because occasionally something's on here that I don't know much about. So it gives me the opportunity to go away and have a little research.
Because
they do.
As I said, 3 times the number of votes of the previous. But I mean, that is a trend we are definitely seeing a lot in the last probably 5 years or so, is that, and I think MCDM with Matt Colville kind of started this off. Draw Steel and Followers and Strongholds and things like that, with people with big YouTube followings.
Yeah.
Bringing those followings over as they move into the RPG creative space.
Yeah, fair enough.
So they go from talking about RPGs to making RPGs.
Yeah.
You don't see so much success the other way. I have noticed that generally RPG companies, TTRPG companies' YouTube channels don't tend to be big. Even Wizards one isn't massive. Paizo's one is big, or either, you know, they don't tend to get a lot of, I mean, because that's not what they do. That's not their thing. It's like us. That's not, you know, you might be watching some video now.
Yeah.
This isn't our thing. This isn't what we do.
Yeah.
It's just a very much a side thing. But going the other way, these social media influencers are doing really, really well. Obviously, with mixed results. Matt Colville smashed it and keeps continuing to smash it. I mean, has had over $5 or $6 million Kickstarters. So this Kickstarter's coming later this year.
Yeah, Rolf Combat is actually in the chat right now, so they're giving some more information. So the Kickstarter is scheduled for May, and they're going to be releasing more information. The game is going to be compatible with Shadow Dark, but they plan for it to be much more deadlier and action-packed. But yeah, so there's a little bit more information. Thanks for letting us know live on the stream, Roll for Combat.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Congratulations to Professor DM. You are officially the creator of the most anticipated TTRPG of 2026. No pressure. No pressure at all. I'll be sure to check it out when it hits Kickstarter.
Yeah, in May. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all 10. So what do you think of the list? Any surprises in there? Obviously, Deathbringer was a surprise to both of you, but any other surprises?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't surprised by a lot of things in there. I was glad to see two of the things I voted in there, because I voted for number 10, the I forgot the name of it already.
Twilight Sword.
Twilight Sword.
You voted for Twilight Sword, Jess.
Sorry,
is there anything else about your life you'd like me to tell you? I don't know.
Yeah, please. I'd had no sleep but 4 coffees, and apparently that's not the same thing. Yeah, Twilight Sword I put on there, and also Warhammer. So I was pleased to see that other people are thinking the same as me. But yeah, not a huge amount of surprises. Deathbringer, again, isn't what I'm surprised about necessarily, because like you say, but it's one I personally didn't know about that wasn't on my radar, but I can check out now. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah. For me, I was very pleased to see 2 of my 3 votes made it. So Discworld made it and Invincible made it. My other vote was Pioneer, which is the sort of NASA themed, space exploration themed
Mongoose Publishing,
traveler adjacent game coming from Mongoose this year, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're going to be talking to Mongoose very soon about that, which is exciting. But we'll have more news about that soon. But we're going to be actually talking to Mongoose about that. But that was for me. That was, you know, quite pleased to see 2 of my 3 votes in there. What about you, Peter? Any surprises? Any?
I was pleased to see Black Company, because I'm just a bit of a fan of that.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I'm like very reticent to run games with existing IPs, because I don't really want to get into arguments with people about like.
Yeah. Well, when you're running a game and the player knows more about the IP than you do,
which for many IPs is very definitely the case. It's like,
that's why I could never ever run Forgotten Realms ever.
No.
What do I know about Forgotten Realms? I know it has an Elminster in it, it has a Drizzt in it, and a Waterdeep. We're now reaching the limits of my Forgotten Realms lore knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, mine
exaggerate,
extends
of course. I do know more than that, but not a lot more.
Mine,
than that, to be fair. Not a lot more.
Mine extends to what is shared in Baldur's Gate 3, the video game. So there's the Baldur's Gate 3 reference for the week done.
Yeah, hey, got it in the last minute in the bar.
Everyone take a drink. Yeah. Yeah.
Penalty for me. I don't have a drink to take.
Oh no.
Surprises. I was surprised that Invincible placed as highly.
Oh, really?
It got on there. Yeah, well, it's like a good show. But
the reason I'm not surprised about that is the Free League Kickstarter factor. If it had been someone else, I bet it wouldn't have placed as highly.
No, that's fair enough. But yeah, like the rest of it seemed like a bunch of really interesting, exciting, even games. Like there's some reprints going up, but it represents a lot of different communities. Like the old school communities got Old School Essentials, we've got like the more computer game with Twilight Sword. We've got the old Grogs from the British section with Warhammer Fantasy roleplay. And we've got like the YouTubers bringing some power with Deathbringer. So it's like a lot of different communities. Yeah. I think probably I don't think there was anything that was explicitly powered by 5th edition.
No, I think you're correct there. I think you're correct.
Oh, how nice!
I mean, there were at least 2 D&D adjacent things. So there's Old School Essentials is D&D adjacent, and Deathbringer is D&D adjacent. So there's 2 of those.
Well, you might as well say Pathfinder is D&D adjacent. Sure, you're going to go with that.
Yeah, Pathfinder is D&D adjacent.
I would say that.
I mean, the 3rd edition of Pathfinder was first edition of Pathfinder was D&D 3.5.
Yeah, well, that's Jason Baldwin crossing you off his Christmas card list right now. As he listens. Put him in the big break.
What I'm interested in here, right, is, and I'm always interested in this, what is a brand new original IP? Nothing in this list is a brand new original IP. It's not a criticism, it's just an observation. But I mean, the closest would be Twilight Sword. Which I suppose Twilight Sword itself is, but it's very much based on, inspired by Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy. But yeah, I guess Twilight Sword is an original IP. Discord isn't. That company isn't.
No.
The Broken Empires, I suppose, also is. Yes, so there's 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Twilight Sword and Broken Empires.
Galarian, World of Lost Omens is, I would say.
But they're based on existing IP that the game company themselves own. So it's not brand new this year.
With you. Yeah, I think it's got more to do with conceptual hooks. Like, basically, if you present an idea to someone, letting them have something to hang it on so they can compare it is pretty important.
Yeah.
And a brand new, completely novel idea could be the best thing ever once you get to understand it. But it's that initial leap of understanding that you need to have the hooks that people can start to begin to process it. Otherwise, it's a bit like, trying to eat an elephant in one go. Whereas, as we know, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time.
I've never ate an elephant. Do you know what I suspect?
No, you haven't lived.
I strongly suspect that I will never eat an elephant. But you never know. Anyway, that is the end of the countdown. Congratulations to all 10.
Yes.
In that countdown. Congratulations to everyone else who, I mean, I tend to not want to go beyond the 10 just because you do get some there that literally get like 1 or 2 votes, and then you get others that get 1,000, and I don't feel it's very nice to sort of name those. I keep to the nice end of it.
Look, I mean, if you got nominated at all, somebody was anticipating your game, and that's really cool.
And was excited enough to try and share it with other people.
Though I will tell you that there was one game that got nominated but not voted for. So even the person who nominated it didn't vote for it.
Wow.
Well,
maybe they who that is.
Yeah.
That'd be awkward.
Well, I don't know. There's two possible scenarios there. One is that they nominated it and they forgot to come back.
I imagine.
Or 3, I guess. The second is that they nominated it and misread the rules and thought that was the process, and that was it, all they had to do. And the third is they nominated it, but when they came back to vote, realised they actually liked 3 other things more.
That can happen. Sometimes you see the whole list, and it's tricky to choose just 3 some years. You look at it and you're like, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out this year. So
I had trouble choosing 3, but such is life. First world problems and all that. So before we go, I wanted to announce our upcoming crowdfunder. We've just finished one and fulfilled one yesterday.
Digital fulfillment done for Enchanted Trinkets. Yeah.
Nice.
This is our next one, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. This is the Gate Pass Gazette Annual 2025, which includes basically all 12 issues of the Gate Pass Gazette Annual throughout 2025. We do this every year. Nice hardcover. It's crammed full of archetypes and spells and monsters and exploration challenges and all sorts of heritages and feats and everything that you can think of that you would have in a advanced 5th edition game, level up game. It's all in there, tons and tons of it, a whole year's worth, and we do this every year. So that you can currently go to the Backer Kit page where you can sign up to be notified, and when we do launch that crowdfunder, then you'll know.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've got an article on EN World having a look inside if you're curious to know a little bit more as well.
Yeah, listing everything that's in there, including a picture of the page of contents, which is very exciting.
Ooh, very exciting content.
Okay, I think with that we're done, aren't we?
I think so. Well, we had a lot to say this week. We've been going for close to 90 minutes. Perhaps we should call it a week. Otherwise, there'll be too much excitement for one show. We'll have to save a little something for next week.
Indeed.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the winners and nominees.
Yes, and especially to Deathbringer and Professor DM and Roll for Combat for being the most anticipated 2026 RPG. Hey. All eyes are on you now.
Yeah.
Dun,
Lots
dun,
of pressure.
dun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it'll be fun to see that. Okay, so let's get out of here, shall we? Let's go and have a weekend.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All the tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morrus is unofficial tabletop RPG.